Hi folks, this is Donnie D. A few days ago anyway, I made a review, sort of first look and review at a rifle scope mount. It's the Monstrum Balrog, B-A-L-R-O-G. I don't know if that's being pronounced right or not. But I wanted to come out here and there were some things I didn't like about it, let's put it that way. But in all fairness, I wanted to do a fair review, so I wanted to come out here today and do a shooting review of it. And I've got it with one of my spare scopes mounted on my Model 64 Precision, Savage Model 64 Precision rifle. And I'm gonna pause you a second and set the camera down on the on my tripod and zoom in on the targets that I'm gonna be shooting. All right, if you look down there, you'll see two green, they're my DIY or homemade self-healing shoot and see targets. You'll see one to the left. It's got two light colored dots close to the bottom, and a larger one to the right that's got three dots close to the bottom. And one of the things I didn't like about this mount is that there is no zero setting on it. The settings start out at 10 MOA and run through 120 MOA. It's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then 120. I've never even tested this at 120. I don't need to. But I was hoping that the 10 through the 50 would be accurate, so let's just see. I'm at 50 yards. If I were at 100 yards, 50 or 10 MOA would be 10 inches. At 100 yards, I'm at 50, so 10 MOA would be 5 inches. Let's see, 50 MOA would be 50 inches. 50 MOA at 50 yards would be 25 inches. But I'm starting out at 10 MOA to try to hit the bullseye. So I'm actually only going up 40 inches. So here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm trying not to talk so much, but I did want to explain it to you. My first shots, I'm going to shoot like 3 shots at each of those little dots there, aimed at those dots because I do not have a zero base. So I've got to start out at the 10 MOA setting trying to shoot at the dots. I'm going to shoot 3 shots at each of those dots on both of those targets. Then I'm going to reset the mount for 50 MOA, which is 40 MOA above the 10 that I start at. That means that, that I should be 20 inches higher on my 50 MOA shots than I am on my 10. But we're going to see. I hope I haven't complicated things talking too much, but I did want to make sure I explained it. So I'm going to get over here on a rifle and start shooting at the 10 MOA setting. I'm going to start with that left-hand target and work my way across that way. Let's see here what we got. I think I've got one right then. Alright, let's see, said the blind man. And I am at 10 MOA, okay. 1, 2. Okay, I'm hitting just a smidge lower than the dot, but that doesn't matter because all I want to do is get a measurement between those hits and the ones that I come back and shoot in a minute at the 50 MOA setting. So I'm going to continue to across. And of course you got to take in consideration my crappy shooting. Alright, I'm at the big target to the right. Whoop. Be right back. I'm going to pause a second. I got to reload my magazine. I'm back. I had a little failure to eject there is what it was. I thought I had more bullets in there than that, but anyway, here we go. Continuing on across. And the last dot. Okay. All right, now I'm going to pause you reload, get more bullets in my magazine, and I'm going to reset the Balrog mount for the 50 MOA. Stand by. Alrighty, I've now reloaded my magazine up full. Excuse me, I'm going to shoot at the very same dots, starting at the left-hand target, working my way across. And the shots that I just made were on the Balrog mount 10 MOA setting. There's not a 0 setting. I wish there was, so I could start at 0 and then show you how much it goes up for 10. But I can't do that. It should go up, should have gone up 5, but I can't do that because there's no 0. I had to start at the 10 MOA setting. All right, I now have it reset for 50 MOA. I'm going to shoot at the very same spots that I was shooting at, and let's see what happens. I hope it works, because this thing could be an excellent tool if it works. Let's see if I got something. Yeah, I got one in there, I think. All right, let's start off. Starting at the, again, starting on the left side. Get my balls right here. Ah, that's looking pretty good here. I might be working. We'll know when I go down there and measure. It should be 20 inches. All right, that's that 3. Let's move on over. It is definitely making a difference. And it's very accurate too. It is hitting the same spot pretty much. Right-hand target, by the way. Being consistent, let's put it that way. A little off there, that's probably me. Okay. Before I pause and go down there and measure, I am going to do one thing. I'm going to reload my mag, and I'm going to change it to the 30 MOA setting just to see what that looks like. That way we can measure both all at one time, or make all these measurements at once. So stand by. Okay, I've got my magazine reloaded here, and I've got the Balrog mount readjusted for 30 MOA. So again, I'm going to start on the left-hand target, shooting at the bottom dot, starting on the left and working my way over to the right. And let's see what the 30 MOA does compared to the 10 setting and the 50 setting. Shooting at the same spots. Uh-oh. Now you see, I'm not sure where I'm even hitting. Okay, I'm hitting back down at the 10 MOA. So that's what I was afraid of with this thing. But let's keep on. I know I've got it set right. Yeah, I'm getting the same hit. I'm hitting the 10 MOA spot, but the mount is readjusted for 30 MOA. I have my magazine in good. Let's see, I think I was, yeah, let me go to the middle dot there. Now the last dot. Okay, alrighty. Obviously, there's a problem between the 10 MOA setting and the 30 MOA setting. There's no difference. It's hitting the same spot, or same spot on the target at the 10 MOA that is at the 30. That's obviously not right. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my measuring stick here, and I'm going to take my camera off, and we'll walk down there and we'll measure the difference between the 10 MOA dot or hits and the 50 MOA setting hits. So we'll pause you and we'll get down there to the targets and measure them. Okay, down here at the targets that we were just shooting, Down there at the bottom is where I started at the 10 MOA setting. Then I moved to 50 and was hitting up here at the top. Then I went to the 30 and it dropped right back down to 10. So obviously there is a problem between the 10 and the 30 MOA. At 30 MOA would be 30, which should be 15 inches, and there's not. Obviously, it should be. Actually, it should be up here, even above the 50 MOA. So we obviously have a problem with that as well. As you can see, 15 inches. Whoops! I'm sorry for the camera work here. Trying to do it by myself. 15 inches. Is there where you see my thumb? That would be the 30 MOA setting, and that's obviously way off. Now let me readjust my tape. At 50 MOA, because I'm 40 MOA, stand by, because I'm 40 MOA above my 10 MOA shot setting, up here where my thumb is, right at the top of that target is where my impact should be. And instead of being 20 inches, which is what 40 MOA would be at 50 yards. Instead of being at 20 inches, I'm down there around 12, 13 inches. It is consistent, but the problem is, it's consistently wrong. So, in conclusion, and I guess you're ready, glad that I'm getting ready to conclude, but at any rate, in conclusion, the mount just doesn't work. Not, at least not for me. Now, once again, maybe somebody straighten me out if I am, because I do not want to give a bad review on something that's good. I might be doing something wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm not. I'm following the instructions that came with the mount. And I know I'm not the best shot in the world, but I'm not that bad, and I'm not that consistently bad for sure. But again, at 10 MOA to 50 MOA or 10 MOA to 30 MOA, it's just wrong. It's just not doing what it's supposed to do. Now maybe I've got a bad one. Maybe that one's defective from the factory or whatever. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I just know that trying to be as fair as I can on this test, it's just not getting it. It's just not getting it. But I wish it would, because it would be one heck of a tool if you had a rifle that had no rail on it, and you wanted to put a rail on there for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever, to suit your needs that you're trying to say, particularly with 22, you're trying to stretch out as far out as you can. You need to put a 10, 20, or 30, whatever MOA rail on it to see how far you can go with your 22. This tool would be great. Slap this on there, dial it up, or set it for 30 MOA, say, and try it and say, oh no, that's a little bit too much, let me drop it back to 20. And figure out what kind of rail you need on your gun. Man, that would be fantastic. But this ain't it, not in my experience. And I hate it because I like Monstrum products. I've got a Monstrum scope that I mentioned in the last video that I'm going to shoot a little bit more and give a review on it. I think it's going to be a good review. So far, I like the scope. I've got several Monstrum rings, both fixed rings and even some adjustable rings. I like them a lot. But this thing, I'm sorry, it's just not it's not for me anyway. In fact, I've got one for sale if anybody wants it. But anyway, this is Donnie D for the Monstrum Balrog adjustable MOA rifle or scope mount. This is Donnie D. Wish I could have given it a little bit better review, but the way it is what it is. This is Donnie D, and I'll see you later. Bye.